Thank you for your interest in these incredible machines. They have supported us in war and peace. Let us remember those heroic crews too. The Cessna 120, 140, and 140A are single-engine, two-seat, conventional landing gear, light general aviation aircraft that were first produced in 1946, immediately following the end of World War II. Production ended in 1951, and was succeeded in 1959 by the Cessna 150, a similar two-seat trainer which introduced tricycle gear. Combined production of the 120, 140, and 140A was 7,664 units in 5 years. The Cessna 140 was originally equipped with a Continental C-85-12, or C-85-12F horizontally opposed, air-cooled, four-cylinder piston engine of 85 HP. The Continental C-90-12F, or C-90-14F of 90 HP, was optional, as was the 108 HP Lycoming O-235-C1 engine, an aftermarket installation authorized in the type certificate. This model had a metal fuselage and fabric wings with metal control surfaces. The larger Cessna 170 was a 4-seat 140 with a more powerful engine. The Cessna 120 was an economy version of the 140 produced at the same time. It had the same engine as the 140, but lacked wing flaps. The rear cabin D-side windows and electrical system were optional. A 120 outfitted with every factory option would be nearly equivalent to a 140, but the International Cessna 120, 140 Association believes that no 120s were originally built this way. Despite this, many decades worth of owner-added options have rendered many 120s almost indistinguishable from a 140 aside from the absence of wing flaps. The 120 was dropped from production upon introduction of the 140A in 1949. In 1949, Cessna introduced the 140A, a new variant with aluminum-covered wings and single wing struts instead of the fabric wing covering, dual V struts, and jury struts fitted on earlier models. Standard engines were the Continental C-90-12F, or C-90-14F of 90 HP, with the 85 HP Continental C-85-12, C-85-12F, or C-85-14F engines optional. The spring steel gear had been swept 3 inches forward on 120 and 140 models in late 1947, so wheel extenders were no longer necessary to counter nose-over tendencies during heavy application of brakes. All 140A models had the improved gear legs. Despite these improvements, sales of the 140 lineup faltered, and the 140A comprised only 7% of overall 120/140 production. Thanks, you have reached the end of the journey. Take care, see you pretty soon. Safe flight.